Another hot day out here in Cali. All right, got my brother Josh here.
What's up, guys?
We're about to tear it up. If you can see all the stuff laying out. Got the dog here too. He's chilling. So we're just looking at everything. It pretty much only comes with this one harness and a sensor, the module. Can you guys see that? The EGT probe that looks pretty sketchy to do, but we're gonna do it. Josh brought some of his tools, and then the only other thing that we have out here that I didn't take out yet is the monitor, and we're gonna do that last because that looks like it's gonna be pretty easy. Josh is, luckily for me, a Cummins technician, so if anything goes wrong, you can fix it, right?
Yes, sir.
He has a fucking badass Subaru that I am gonna be putting content out, not yet, just because it's not 100% finished, right? I mean, but I need to go over there and just show you guys what he's done to the car because it's pretty crazy. I'm gonna go out there and say it's probably the most badass Subaru in Northern California. I'm just putting it out there. So, yeah, he's got a lot of shit done to it. Just rebuilt the motor. He's waiting. You have to get custom
exhaust.
Custom exhaust and custom manifold, right?
Yeah, custom up pipe, down pipe, turbo piping, charger piping, and then it would be right.
Alright, so, yeah. So, before he started doing all that, it was already badass. Had it wrapped by Premium Model Styling in Southern California. It's on airbags, wheels and tires. It's all set up. But yeah, so I want to show you guys his car too. After we get this thing dialed in, probably be a couple hours. It's about 8 o'clock at night here. It's starting to cool off, so that's good. We'll get back to you when we find out some interesting shit. Yo, still hot up in this beast, but here's a progress video. All right, so fuse box. Here's where the power wire is. We had to pull out this 10 amp fuse. It was right here. Ran the wire out, connected it to the fuse wire off of the harness, and then we have done the front injector harness. Yeah, tee it off. It comes with a nice little setup where you can tee it off. So this is the front injector harness right there, and then the back in there, that little blue spot right there. That was kind of a pain, but we got it. Moving on. All right, we got it. So, Yosh, how was that?
Very good, very good.
Very good.
A little bit sketchy at first, but
all right. So,
Kim got it handled.
Here we go. There is the hole. That, right there. That is the hole that we had to drill into the manifold. It's a little blurry to contortion the drill. Pretty crazy way to get that hole. Holy shit, that looks crazy from here. We'll get back to it. Now we gotta tap it. Yoshi, we at that home stretch, boy.
Yeah, almost there.
Oh shit. We got Josh mounting the module. Here's how that probe came out. That's where it is right there. Freaking camera. So that's how it looked. It was kind of a son of a bitch, and it took about 2 hours, but it's in there, it's tight, it's not gonna leak, and we're good. All right, so we have everything mounted. Whoa, if I don't fall and eat shit. But we have everything mounted. I got everything back put together. We had to run the sensor wire across the engine, zip tied it everywhere. There are the harnesses in there. We had to drill that hole at the top where those 2 wires are feeding through. And what we're gonna do is put a rubber grommet there, and that should snug these wires up. And we have everything ran into the cab. Good morning, fellas. It's 7:30 the next morning. Josh was out here till 2 a.m. last night. We got it done last night. We kind of both looked at each other around, like, I want to say 12 or 12:30 last night, and pretty much both had the same attitude. We're getting it done tonight. We're not going to bed until this thing is finished. So, Josh, I want to thank you staying out here till 2 a.m. He had something to do at 10 a.m. this morning. Hopefully you got home by 3, got some good sleep, man. But I appreciate your help. You're freaking awesome, dude. Like I said, he's a certified Cummins technician. I'll put his Instagram in the description. But it was just super awesome having him here. If I had any questions, he knew the answer right away. One thing I am gonna tell you guys is the hardest thing to do is drilling a hole in your exhaust manifold in a brand new truck. So we were sitting there kind of joking about it for about 15 or 20 minutes, and I'm sitting there with a drill bit in my hand, or drill, and you pretty much just have to say screw it, and you got to go for it. So I did the pilot hole. There was no turning back from there. Drilled the hole the diameter it actually has to be, and then we just sat there for about an hour and tapped it. It takes a minute. You can't rush that, you know, and it came out perfect. So I'm totally surprised with myself. Dude, Josh, again, you're the man. Thank you for staying out here. Took it on a quick little rip last night, but it wasn't anything crazy. So I'm waiting, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing out and let you guys know how it is. Okay, so I just wanna go over a couple things with you guys, just because I know last night's video didn't really cover that much, but there wasn't really that I needed to cover. It really, the juice only came with that one wiring harness that had a T for the injector plug. You plug your injector plugs in. It also had wires that goes to the EGT probe. Wire that in, and then it had wiring that went from the juice module into the truck. So we did have to drill a hole in the firewall. We drilled like a 3/4 inch hole just because we had to drill it big enough to fit an HDMI port through it. Other than that, I was able to put a nice little rubber grommet around there, seal the hole up pretty well. I shouldn't have any issues with that. But this thing definitely sounds different. Definitely low RPM range, better throttle response. It's nice. So yeah, let's go on a drive. So I don't know what you guys can see and not see, but this thing came out pretty good. It's sitting right here on my dash. I ran the HDMI cord down the pillar. I don't know if you guys can see that. The sun's kind of in the way. Ran it down the pillar, it goes down under to the OBD2 port, which is right under the steering wheel down here. And that's what powers everything up. And you have 2 wires going from in the cab into the engine bay, and those go to the juice module, and then the juice module takes that power, goes through the injector. That's about it, honestly. There's one sensor, and it was relatively simple. Initial thoughts on the juice: you can definitely tell a difference in engine sound. It's way deeper. It is, I'm doing 1,000 to 1,500 RPMs. The engine sounds way deeper. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but yes, it sounds way deeper. My throttle response is way better. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time going through stages 1 and 2. Stage 1 is for mileage, and stage 2 is for towing. Stage 3, they recommend that you can daily drive on stage 3, so I have it on stage 3 right now, and let's give her the onion. right. Woo! There we go. It opened her up a lot, boys. If you guys are thinking about doing this, just do it. If it even crosses your mind, just do it. If you're thinking about tuning your truck, you don't want to take it to a certain tuner or anything, this is awesome. It opens your truck up just enough. You could do it stock. You can definitely give her the onion now. All right, we're on level 5. In the manual, it says this is for racing purposes only, but what does that mean? All right, here we go. Oh, traction control kicked in. Dang it. Alright, well, at least we know that works. Just want to let you guys know I don't have any engine codes. Everything is perfect. What we did last night when we started the truck up, it did flash everything. So all the lights on my dash, the lights on my stereo, they were all flashing. You just have to give it about 5 to 10 minutes. It'll flash everything. It ended up working out. I still don't have any codes. We're gonna give her the onion right here, boys. Woo! Okay, I turned traction control off that time, and she gets up and goes. The cool thing about this thing is it has tons of safety features. It has a back down feature, so you can set your boost pressure and you can set your EGTs not to exceed a certain temperature, not to exceed a certain pressure, and what it'll do is it'll back the engine down. It's almost like traction control but for the engine. So that's pretty cool. You could set max temps and max pressures and you're not gonna ruin anything. Total thoughts on this thing: if you're gonna run it with traction control off, like I showed you guys, and this thing is very, very good. It opened up the truck just like I wanted it to, and I couldn't say any more about it. I'm so stoked. I don't know anyone that's added horsepower to their vehicle and hasn't had a smile on their face like I do right now. This thing is badass, dude. Subscribe to my channel, please. Like this video. Shout this out. There's no videos out on YouTube of people doing this to this truck and taking you guys through the whole process. So I'll have more videos like this to come. But other than that, until next time, guys.